feeling a little, I don't know. It's been a day, you know? And
I know what you're thinking about that study that just came out.
Yeah.
About why we can't, like, our retention numbers for talent so low.
Listen, the only retention number that is high right now is me retaining water.
Well, no comment. We have been drinking water out of our bottles.
Yes.
I have a very spiffy bottle.
We need 50 bottles.
We do. Oh, coming soon to the merch store.
You know what we need? We need like a fundraising is funny, like water bottle, because not everybody has a logoed water bottle or 25 in there, but it needs like a whistle or like something.
A laugh track in it. You know what we need? A story.
You mean a laugh track?
Don't do it.
Didn't.
Oh, God.
It was good though, see, because...
My soul, there's a little piece of it broke off.
For those of you that are seeing the video that goes along with this podcast, you literally saw it fly out of her body. Yes.
We need a story.
Well, please.
This is a tough one, though.
Okay.
It's an old one for me, but a good one, and I feel like we should bring it together.
Do we need a little Sarah McLachlan in the background?
No harming of puppies and things like that. But it is about animals.
Okay.
What does a T-Rex and a kangaroo have in common?
Short arms.
No. Try again.
Yes, they do.
Well, yes, but that's not the punchline of the joke.
What do T-Rexes and kangaroos have in common?
Yeah. Think about it, sir. Do 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 do.
What do T-Rexes and kangaroos have in common? You're gonna have to tell me.
They both work in fundraising shops. Want to hear my theory?
Tell me.
You know you want to hear it now after that joke. I mean,
yes.
I am a joke teller. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, move out of the way. I am on the mic. I cannot wait for her last season. I cannot wait. But it's also the last season, which is going to make me cry. So,
okay.
T-Rexes and kangaroos both work at nonprofits in fundraising.
Yes.
They also both have short arms. And don't ever get in a fight with a kangaroo. They will box the living crap out of you, by the way. Google kangaroo fight videos. You got to be careful out there, folks. If you see a wild kangaroo, do not engage it in a fisticuffs. But T-Rex.
There's so much there. There's so much to unpack.
Fisticuffs.
In that sentence.
Put them up.
That we're just going to keep moving on.
We're going to keep moving because this could get bad quickly. But T-Rexes.
Yes.
You might know
As
some.
In the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yes.
The dinosaur.
Yes.
Yes.
The carnivorous dinosaur that walks around on its hind legs. Boom, da, boom, da, boom, da, boom.
Do we have recorded T-Rex walking? Do we know that's how they walk? Just because they are large does not mean that they are not graceful. See? You don't know.
That is not the track that Jurassic Park put in for T-Rexes. I believe in Jurassic Park. So
I believe in,
T-Rexes
anyway
have been at the organization for a smidge too long.
Oh. Yes.
They're T-Rexes because they're dinosaurs, meaning we wish they would go extinct, but there they are, sitting there at their desks in shared space land. And they've been there forever, and they have an opinion about everything. They've been in the same job
and that's why we do it.
For forever?
Yes.
And they've always done it that way?
We do it that way because we've always done it that way because we decided there was a meeting 20 years ago.
And we will never change it again.
No.
And the T-Rexes...
And all y'all new people that come in here, you keep trying to change it.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Did you... Zip it! The T-Rexes. Boom, da-da, boom, da-da. Same parking spot, 20 years. Same chair in the boardroom, 20 years. Same process, 20 years. Like, still holding on to their flip phones, if you know what I mean. Like, not convinced this newfangled thing is going to work.
Yeah.
And they are crunchety. They haven't had a meal in a while.
But they have their red stapler.
They do have a red stapler. They've got a process for everything. They're still mad that Word Perfect went away.
Oh.
Right? They're just mad. And unfortunately, these are some of our most loyal folks. They've been with the organizations
God
forever.
Bless them.
They are a bedrock of institutional knowledge, as we call it.
Yes.
They know
Yes.
where all the bodies are buried, including the ones they created.
Yes.
But from time to time, you run into a T-Rex.
Yes.
That's not in a good place. They've been at the organization too long. They don't feel they've
Yes.
been treated well. And they get a little spicy. They get a little hungry. And sometimes when they're presented with new people or new ideas, they just rip their head off and eat it.
Oh, okay.
Violently
Yes.
and with aplomb.
Aplomb.
Welcome, vocabulary.
APLOMB.
The B is silent.
Yes.
And then you have the opposing force, the kangaroo.
I've known some bees I wished were silent, but anyway.
I know a lot of bees. I'd like to be quiet. The kangaroo is the opposing force. Also, short arms.
Yes.
Comes bounding in.
Yes.
Yoo-hoo!
Exuberant.
Very thrilled to be here.
The wonderful thing about... Oh, wait. No, that's
Nope,
different.
that's
That's
a tiger.
Tigger. Yep. Okay.
But bounds in on their hind feet. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. That's
Is that
the noise.
legit the noise they make?
Yeah. That's... I've been to Australia.
I'm Googling Australia.
Yeah.
I'm Googling kangaroo noise
I've
videos.
been down under. I was within 3 feet.
Don't, no.
Me and a kangaroo.
Don't
down
do
under.
that. Don't do-
That's
no.
not a knife.
Don't do
That's
it.
a knife.
Don't do it. You
Melbourne.
did
I did.
it. If I can't sing or use my laugh track, you can't do accents.
I've got so many. You just sit there and listen. Here, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
So the kangaroo's bound in. Boinga,
Yeah.
boinga, boinga. And the T-Rexes are stomping around. Or ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling,
Yes, that's how
right,
they're-
with their
yes.
fairy feet. It's not what happens, people. And the T-Rex is bound in with all their energy, and they have a big
No, the kangaroos-
pocket.
the kangaroos
I'm
bound
sorry,
in.
the kangaroos bound in,
Yep.
and they have a big pocket because they're marsupials. And they have a big pocket full of ideas and the ways they used to do things at other organizations. Like when I was we used to do it this way. And the T-Rex in the meeting bashes the kangaroo in the
Yeah.
face and is like, "Rawr." And the kangaroo comes bounding in and is like, I have an idea. And the T-Rex says, why don't you be quiet? We tried that in the Mesozoic era. And the kangaroo goes, that's okay. We can try this. And the T-Rex says, we tried that in the Paleolithic era.
This is the best story you have ever told. This is great.
I wrote a whole book called T-Rexes
Yes, I
and
know.
Kangaroos.
I
And
do-
there's a
I
whole
do know,
chapter
but
on
this
this
is-
phenomenon.
This is great.
And the kangaroos are so excited, but they don't want to box the T-Rex because it's not a fair fight because they're kind of a little bit older and they're trying to be respectful and everything.
Yeah.
But there's only so much energy a kangaroo can get from bouncing around all the time. Boinga, 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 boinga. And there must be a reason that they hired the kangaroo other than the T-Rex's best friend, Betsy, has retired.
T-Rex's best friend.
Well, Lois and Betsy, they were a matched pair, and Betsy took early retirement. And here is Caitlin.
Caitlin.
Damn it, Caitlin.
I love Caitlin.
Caitlin's amazing. She's
Yes.
bounded around.
Yes.
And eventually, in one meeting,
Yes.
Caitlin can't do it anymore. She bounds in, and the T-Rex takes her by her fluxen hair,
Oh, no.
rips her head off, down the trap. The head of the beautiful Caitlin goes.
Caitlin, we hardly knew you.
We not even for 16 months did we have Caitlin.
16 to 18, depending
Right,
on sector.
which is the average lifespan of a frontline fundraiser at a nonprofit organization. And all of this is going to come around to the animal zoo that is fundraising soon. But so the T-Rex is sitting there licking its chops
Yes.
after having eaten Caitlin's head straight off her body. Now, we're not talking a brontosaurus here. Those are vegetarians. We're talking an evil, meat-eating, bloodthirsty T-Rex.
Ooh.
And the T-Rex is licking their chops going, I've seen a million Caitlins.
So you started the story with a riddle for me.
Yes.
Can I sort of bring this back to a riddle for you?
Sure.
What do T-Rexes and T-Clays have in common?
They both like snacks.
They get hungry and eat a snack.
Oh my God. Can I have a T-Rex? I'm going to eat what do kangaroos eat? Hello, Australian listeners. Help us out here.
What do kangaroos eat?
Well, kangaroos. No, that's British listening. Oh, sorry, just went into my Italian
you just
voice.
alienated the UK.
No, they're loyal to me, don't you know?
Thank you.
Just a spoonful of
Please,
sugar.
please stop.
Okay, fine. We need a snack.
We need a
We need an
snack.
Australian snack, so we will have Tim Tams. And if you've never slammed a Tim Tam, you don't know what life is about, people.
Well, we're gonna go.
We will have a curly whirly and a Tim Tam and we will have some Schweppes Bitter Lemon. Those are 3 of my favorite Australian things.
I love Schweppes Bitter Lemon.
If I could find Schweppes Bitter Lemon, I would drink it by the gallon and I wouldn't care. So let's go and have one of those.
We're gonna have a quick snack. Well, okay, Lynn, I think not only did we fortify our bodies with snacks.
And we're back here on Wildlife Nation. I feel like there's going to be a very quiet photographer that's going to pop out.
David Attenborough sneaks out.
Yes.
Man, no, don't frighten the podcasters.
Oh no, the podcasters could be frightened.
So, since we're playing riddles and puns and games, a little bit of perhaps fundraising Jeopardy, grass as well as leaves, ferns, flowers, fruits, and moss. Please form your answer in the form of a question.
So we were talking about wild beasts,
Yes.
the T-Rexes and the kangaroos.
Yes.
So my theory is that this explains why we have such low retention rates on staff. It's one of the reasons. Is because
Absolutely.
we enable and empower the T-Rexes.
Sure.
And we don't tell the kangaroos that they can box them. We need the kangaroos to stand up for themselves and get in a little bit of a fight. Meaning, we accept no, the first no, way too often from the T-Rexes, and we don't empower the new people well enough.
What
right?
do you do, though, when the T-Rex is in leadership?
You never take that job. You get yourself a resume and you bounce on out of there like Tigger. Well, so there are T-Rexes in leadership. So the idea, though, here is we have to onboard,
Yes.
not just the new people.
Yes.
We need to onboard the existing staff when we have new staff members, when we have transition.
Onboarding the existing
Yeah,
staff.
onboarding to change. Like, hey, I'm sorry your best friend retired,
Yes.
Lois.
Yes.
Right? But we're going to have some new energy in the office. And maybe we pair them together on a project so that they can each see what each other brings to the table. Or we put some mud on the floor and let them wrestle it out. I mean,
Metaphorically,
metaphorically,
literally,
of course. And we don't do that. We don't give them the time to grieve
No.
for a staff member who's gone.
Right.
Especially if we've done RIFs or early
fact-
retirement.
And in fact, we usually give them their work
Right. And with no more pay.
to do until
So
we bring in the new one, but you don't get to participate in the interviews.
Right. I have sympathy and I have empathy for the T-Rexes, but I also have boundaries and accountability for them as well. You can't be mean to the new kid just because it's easy.
And I also have a little bit of, hey, kangaroo,
Calm down.
find out what you're hopping on first.
Yeah. Make sure it's not the T-Rex's toes.
So-
they're very sensitive underneath all that. Urgh.
Exactly.
And they love the organization. So that's the other
why they've
thing.
been there.
Is you won't find people more loyal to the organization. The problem is, well,
There's a few T-Rexes that have been around just because they
just
like
a hair
complaining.
too long and there's some good benefits.
But they've stayed that long because they just like complaining about the
Well,
organization.
yes.
Which,
Look, everybody has flaws. And this isn't really as much about the
really?
individual.
Everybody?
Everyone except T. Clay Buck has flaws. I have learned that over and over and over again.
Oh.
But here's the thing.
Tell me the punchline.
This isn't about the people.
No.
This is about the organization and how it handles personnel changes.
Yeah.
And are we also doing, one of the things that one of my friends does is something called a stay meeting.
Uh-huh.
Rather than an exit interview, she does a stay meeting.
Ooh.
Getting employees to stay, challenging them with new projects.
Yeah.
But also saying to my kangaroos that come bounding in,
Yeah.
hey, I'm going to partner you with Lois and you're going to work on a project together. And, we've got some communications things that we're going to work on. And Lois is going to be the project lead and you're going to support her. And, like, what can you and Lois tackle together? And what we usually do on those projects is something that's in neither of their areas of expertise.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ways to do that.
Yes.
You're going to love this.
Tell me.
Make them build the office furniture together. No, seriously. I had a group recently and they were having some issues and we had to do an event and some of the pieces that we needed for the event came not constructed. And so I strategically chose the teams for construction.
Nice.
And they struggled and they yelled and they cursed, mostly at the instruction sheets.
Yeah.
But they also bonded over it. Like, can they do volunteer service together?
Yeah.
Can Lois and the kangaroo, what was her name? Caitlin. Lois and Caitlin team up and serve the community together?
That's a good question.
Why does it always have to be around work where they both have their cackles up? Hackles.
Well, because...
No. Cankle.
Stop it.
Okay, sorry, I go
You're
down.
heading in a very dangerous direction.
That's where I like to live.
And this is you need a Lynn.
Yeah.
Sorry, you do, but you need that person.
Shake your snow globe, old T-Rex. Come over here.
That person come
here.
You need the person that's going to pull the T-Rex forward, and the T-Rex that's going to hold its balance. Lynn and I are
takes
funny.
all kinds.
I mean, I shouldn't.
We are?
I shouldn't reveal this, but we are funny.
We're friends and we're funny.
We're friends and we're funny.
Oh, good to know.
We do this podcast together because these are the conversations that we were having anyway. So we might as well just put them
usually
out there.
Over snacks.
And thank you for listening to
fundraisingisfunny.com.
Fundraisingisfunny.com. Because literally we have these conversations. What if we did a podcast and here we are?
And y'all are loving it, and we are so happy.
And we're so grateful.
Both T-Rexes and kangaroos.
Absolutely.
There's good, bad, and ugly in them. And kangaroos, stop going into places being like, well, at so-and-so, we did this. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. And no matter what they told you in the interview process, they really might need to innovate, and you might just be the right person for it. But you got to find out, are they ready to innovate? Because where I was going with this is, Lynn and I are fundamentally different people. And we have learned this through doing this together. That
we have some core values in common, though.
Yes. Punchline of this episode, and this is your story, and you shared it. How I hear it is, I keep going to organizational values and organizational intent. Is everybody pulling towards the same goal? This is why I have stopped saying data-driven.
Rowing in the same direction.
I don't say data-driven anymore. We're driven by mission. Is everybody in the organization focused on the mission and understands how we're going to get there?
Yeah. Here's the other thing, though.
Tell me.
Number one, you want to assume positive intent of the person.
You can't say, here's the other thing, and then start a list with number one. But so here are the other things.
Here are the other things. Okay. 72. Squared. Because we make lots of points. Sometimes we don't even realize how many points we're making. We're like a constellation, baby.
All right, yes.
Here's the thing. There's all types of animals in a zoo.
Yes.
All types of animals in the zoo, and that's okay. And if you go out into a safari, you'll notice there's all kinds of animals. Now, T-Rexes and kangaroos don't exactly live together, but here's the real punchline, Clay. If you don't take care of your T-Rexes and you don't take care of your kangaroos, you're going to have a baby giraffe.
A baby giraffe?
See, now he's confused, and that's where I like it. It takes 16 months to gestate a baby giraffe, and that's the average lifespan of a frontline fundraiser to nonprofit organization. So if you don't take care of your T-Rexes and you don't take care of your kangaroos, you're going to have way too many baby giraffes roaming around with their little black tongues going and wobbling on their little legs. So punchline for the day. Tell us how you handle your T-Rexes and your kangaroos, or your T-Rexes and your tangaroos.
That too.
Yeah.
That too.
What's worked for you?
Yeah.
Culturally, what's worked blending generational, blending different styles.
Yeah.
How do you avoid baby giraffe syndrome where you've got high turnover and employee dissatisfaction? And it's hard right now. It's hard.
It's
no
always
more
been
deep
hard,
sighs
yes.
or I'm going to pinch you again. So
did you all hear her mother just come out? Did you hear?
No more deep sighs or I'm going to pinch you again. And I patted him on the knee even. And that my mom does sound like that. Now then, Marie, go have a salad. So, yeah, that's Norma Ruth. But, we are so grateful that you all spend your time with us.
Thank you.
Spend a little more. correspond with us. Let us know, what struggles are you having? Are you having battles? Do you need to get some pudding and let them fight it out? Or how are you reorienting?
Just share your favorite snack
just
with
tell
us.
us what your favorite snack is.
Yeah.
And if you have you ever had a Tim Tam or a Curly Whirly, and do you know the joy that is Schweppes Bitter Lemon? Oh God, I love Schweppes Bitter Lemon, and thank God they don't have it readily. I would just drink them 7 a day in a row with Curly Whirlies and Tim Tams. So
on that note,
I'm gonna go slam a Tim Tam.
you do that.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Clay.
Thank you, Lynn.
Well, all right.
We'll talk to you soon.